What?
Meve had come home, though by a circuitous route. And smoking embers, Angren's beast-infested quagmires cross Mahakam's snow-capped ridges. But she had returned, cloaked in legend, a mighty army in tow. The moment was weighty and not to be tainted even by Geralt of Rivia's disappearance, or dare we say desertion. The hero of the battle for the bridge was now a sought man. Yet Meve was determined to take back her realm, with or without the Witcher's aid. The Lyrians' daring escapade behind enemy lines and the triumph that crowned it breathed new life into the North's war effort. Bands now swarmed the conquered lands, while Kedwen and Redania, on the verge of swearing fealty to the Emperor, suddenly broke off talks with the invader. The Nilfgaardian war machine suddenly screeched to a halt, and the tide of war turned. Facing a united North, the invader had to withdraw the bulk of its forces from Lyria and Rivia. The way was cleared for Meve to retake her lost lands, defeat General Epdahi, and depose Willem. Or perhaps mother and son would not have to fight after all.
Milady, I come at King Willem's bidding.
Prince Willems.
His Majesty proposes a meeting. No arms, no escorts.
Well, barely tall enough to reach his mother's bosom. For shame!
Let him say his piece.
His Majesty, Willem I, wishes to discuss the possibility of a truce.
My wound healed.
He wishes to surrender.
Grace.
I have a few more on the tip of my tongue. But say...
Willem I's chosen the site for the parley. In...
Willem first will choose. If he wishes to speak, let him meet me midst the ruins of Devil's Tower.
Understood, Your Grace. Say your term.
Willem's emissary rode off, serenaded by hisses ears. Frightened by his horse reared and kicked. The rider forced his mount to obey with his crop, striking many more times than was necessary.
The first chance it gets. Soon as it loosens the reins.
No great loss, I wager. But to reunion.
Sounds a ruse to me. But I know that won't stop you. Come now, Meve. At the end of it all, he's your son. You'll care about him, it's obvious.
You're absolutely right.
Perhaps let's be back. Perhaps it's not too late.
Only one way. Let's go.
Meve rode out, clad in banners waving proudly overhead. She no longer led a band of ragtag party, but able to fend off an empire and drive its solar lands.
Your Majesty, some new reports require your attention.
Men, join me. I have returned. A true queen. The caravan's been smashed.
Thought I'd see the day. The Queen's returned. No, this, your Grace. Blacks
No.
have shut themselves up in our cities. They give no hint of surrender, show no ground.
Lyria, our soldiers are losing patience. They can't see Nilfgaardians fly on our kingdom's borders. They long to see Rivia claim its rightful place. Your Grace, I know more urgent matters require attention, but I wholeheartedly agree we shall pay for new banners at once.
Rivia. I would...
I believed you would. I believed you could succeed. Be victorious.
Not just yet, Reynard. Look. Black flag will flutter over the cities. We've yet much work before us. More battles to spill.
Like right here. We had witnessed the lyrics. They typically smelled of boiled cabbage, sweaty foot rags, and cheap hooch. Nilfgaardian bags, however, proved of a different sort. Cleanliness and tidiness were highly valued. We watched with satisfaction as the soldiers' filthy mud-caked boots traced across their immaculate polished floors. The North isn't a little beach. Let's go. This one. I'm sorry. We'll go with this. So this is just a regular fight. Let's start with
again and again and again.
drama.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
They're all gonna have the... Oh god, not again. Are they gonna have tons of dudes that got buffed from having...
Give me a
Army's a waste of time
Yeah.
for one like me.
Black. Die.
New
That's
orders?
obvious by the end of
No?
that.
Obelisk at your command.
Screw you. Haha. Haha. Need to play something, so let's play. Yeah.
Come here! Let's dance!
This.
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
He's gonna get 80 points. Yes. And now we'll just go all out. That's fine, we'll take this.
Left,
Sharp,
right,
tricksy
left, right.
drama.
Brach! Scheiß! In zwei!
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Drum. It gets
Again and again and again.
drummer.
Elherzer!
What do we have in here? One drummer.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
You'll sweat like a swine in that jacket. Delicious apple. Oh, there's a burning building in the background. I didn't even see that building till just then. Yeah. Yeah, that's the ability.
Necessity! Invention's mum!
Let's play this. Inventions, mom. Oh, wait, this time? Or do I have a jump? Nope. He needs 91. Maybe that's what you got me.
Tell me you jest.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Medic. Drummer. Come on.
Off to the front yet again.
Hi. Off to the front.
May disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away!
We'll go. No disgrace ends here.
Infiltrate!
Away. Okay, let's go. Then let's go.
Enoch Fiend!
And let's play this one. Actually got that one.
Oh God!
And then let's pass. I think it's it.
Quiet! What the commissar will hear?
Well.
Ice! In tray!
Yeah. Sergeant, Queen Meve approaches Rivia. Though her ultimate failure is assured, we cannot rule out the possibility she may breach the corridor of the border. Thus, I recommend all outpost commanders to conceal division treasuries. Unlikely event that we fail. Oh. Buried by a rack beneath a fort. I see. What? That mean I can get my final upgrade? No, it's not nearly enough. We're very rich. There's some dead guys there. There's a rock, what the thing is. Let's have a prey. And the dead people, which is gonna be sad. Milady, this pit, bodies piled in, hands bound and throats slit. Has every look of a mass execution. What would you have us do? They put a prop. How dare they? What do they do now? Okay, let's clean up this side of the mountain. Good.
Meve needed to know
Rivia.
something was amiss. The sickening stench of rot hung in the air. Flies swarmed in thick clouds, and crows cawed in a deafening cacophony. What had caused this murder to amass? Well, Meve's scouts soon found out,
Your Majesty,
reported a certain Sergeant Nadamur.
not far from here, past the bend, there's a cutting and it's full of bodies. Our boys and the Blackclads alike. Bodies mutilated, horribly so, guts ripped open, entrails strewn about, heads left. Somewhere, well,
Yes?
branches embrace him, grip him tight, as if the trees, they strangled him.
Hearing this, the Queen ordered a halt to their march. They would go no further, she thought, till they knew what had killed those men. Luckily, witnesses were soon found. A haggard band of resin burners emerged from a nearby dugout, black with dirt, covered in dried blood.
Milady,
Their eldest stammered.
Blackins came and started felling the wood. Forced folk to chop away, to make way for a town, they said. They pushed hard, right to the heart of the forest where the old oaks grow, and awoke some foulness, the whole camp, blackclads and loggers alike. Done in one night. No time even to draw their weapons. We was lucky. Found pits to hide in. Just heard of something huffed and puffed while talking to the trees, no less.
Reynard ordered medics to tend to the tar makers, then turned to Meve.
We cannot wash our hands of this, Your Grace. The Nilfgaardians awoke the monster, yes, but it kills Rivians just as readily.
Meve stood at the edge of the clearing and pricked her ears. The Ruwode echoed with the cawing of crows, which seemed to perch on its every twig. She also heard the howling of wolves and a hollow rattling, as if branches whipped in the wind, though the day was fair and still.
That Geralt. He just had to desert me.
The Queen removed her cloak to avoid snags and trundled toward the heart of the wood. Her soldiers followed, clutching cocked crossbows to sweaty cheeks.
Thank ye, Your Majesty. You just blackclads and struck.
Yes, we have to set to work immediately. Yeah, but see, a tree's been snapped clear in half and now blocks the road. I know not that what's to make, but it isn't what our orders. Get rid of it. It costs us.
Even it grew cool with a thin fog filling the air.
Go to the
Meve pushed past a large branch of hazel
hello.
and froze. Before her stood a tall figure, nearly human in form, save the moss-covered deer skull in place of its head. Empty eye sockets burning with naked flame, the monstrosity hurled itself at Meve with a roar.
Rally to me!
Cried Meve, raising her shield.
Everyone! Anyone, to me!
Jesus, someone to me. The monster encountered by the Lyrians in Ruwood is known to simply evoke as a Lycian. They believe it defends the forest against those who too greedily harvest nature's bounty. Of course, the scholars of Oxford argue that this is nonsense, and that the myth is just a myth. In truth, it did not matter to Meve, who was about to fight one.
Be wary. We know not what this thing can do.
Bother. What have we got ourselves into this time?
Whenever this unit takes damage, whenever it takes damage. Also, it takes extra damage whenever it's taking damage. Every 2 turns, on turn start, moves to the other row, damage all units on the opposite row by 2 damage. Increase the damage taken. Oh. So I need to kill the wolves first. I think I played this. Wow. Oh wait, the destroy.
A fascinating specimen. I must study it once we're finished.
Again and again and again.
Swap sides and damage boys.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
What do you want of me?
Let's go drama. Let's go for it. Oh, there is something in the graveyard.
One vote I need.
Left, right, left,
Drama.
right.
Cursed traitors.
Yes, I'm on it.
Damage to armor does not count. Okay. We get a thing. Mark a unit boosted by 10 after 3 turns onto the side. Destroy self. What? Drain. Set the draw. Yeah! Stress. Yeah.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
I'm gonna sweat like a swine in that jacket. Yeah. Okay, let's give him the old...
Again and again and again.
Let's get some drums. And then do this.
Company! Forward march! God is Rivia!
Fortunate. Company, forward march. That's unfortunate. Kill this wolf. What?
What you looking at?
He passed.
Death is only the
the beginning!
So, how much damage? Oh. Alright, how long have I had my...
What the hell made you got a pot turned over?
37 damage. So if I go like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's sad.
Give me a time.
Damage to any vessel number of enemies. 1. You can go blit. We'll play...
Big game of beer!
We'll play 1 drum. Meow, meow. And... okay, let's hit you. That's fine. We can still do this. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. God dang it. I'll definitely keep him. Let's go.
Be wary. We know not what this thing can do.
Oh, bother. What have we got ourselves into this time?
Beware.
Blood washes away all shame!
Let's go like this. Blood washes away all shame. Get this. And then we can go like this. And then we go like this.
A fascinating specimen. I must study it once we're finished.
Minus.
Waiting for a personal invitation?
Sure. For now.
My disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away!
Oh no!
Again and again and again.
Big game of beer!
An army's a waste of time for one like me. An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Again. Army's a waste of time for one like me. Ow.
One bolt. I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Let's get drums.
Don't need no weapon!
Her Majesty is
Let's
exceptional.
Dram. Ah, Jesus. Let's see the dueling one? No.
Sorry.
sod it all.
Meh. Probably this guy is what we want. You want to hit him? We want to hit him.
It's not too late to walk away.
Raven. It's not too late to walk away.
Believe it's dead. Whatever that means for such a thing.
Oh, then it's got 4 health.
Attacked from all sides, the monster tittered and swayed, fighting off their blows with ever greater difficulty.
And we've
Finally, it fell to the ground and fell apart, like an undone bundle of twigs. In disbelief, Meve towed the pile of dried branches and scraps of bark. She saw no blood, no entrails, as if no monster had ever stood there. As if it had all been a dream.
We return to the road.
Meve said, crushing the beast's deer-like skull under her heel.
Ah, and Reynard, I've a request.
Yes, Your Grace?
Once we regain the realm and return to the capital, remind me to issue an edict. No one is to enter these woods, not to log nor even to gather brush. Just in case.
Those dwelling near the Ruwode heaved a sigh of relief, and the Lyrians returned to fighting an invader who, after what they'd faced in those woods, no longer seemed so frightening.